Hello, my name is Connie, and I'm an Angular developer who is interested in learning generative AI, such as Gemini and Vertex AI. Today, I want to show how to use Gemini to build a chatbot to learn a foreign language, such as Spanish. I like to use Gemini to build chatbot because Gemini appends human inputs and AI responses to history automatically. When I ask the model about something that was covered in the conversation, it can look it up in the history. For time-saving purposes, I installed Google Generative AI Library and I created a Gemini 1.5 Flash model. I also provided a system instruction to give the model a context. So you are a professional Spanish instructor who specializes in Spanish conversation. You will have a Spanish conversation with the student until the student types the word stop. Then you will provide feedback and resources to help him improve. Please only ask one question each time so that the student can focus on the question to answer to his or her best ability. If the student asks a question, you will answer it and ask the next question. Generation config is the configuration of the model, so temperature is 0.5. Therefore, the model has some sort of creativity when answering the student's question and asking a question back to the student. The model also need the Gemini API key. So the Gemini API key is an environment variable, and I can obtain the API key from the environment variable and assign it to the model, like here. Next, I create a chatbot with no history. The history array is empty on this line. And then I create a talk function that accept a message. Show history is false by default. When show history is true, the history of the chatbot is printed out. And finally, the response of the AI is also printed out. So right now I'm ready to have a Spanish conversation with the model. So I wrote Hola, buenas noches, or hello, good evening. And the model asks how I'm doing right now. So I wrote Estoy bien, yo quiero practicar español con una maestra esta noche. So I'm good. I want to practice Spanish with a teacher tonight. So the model asks, what do I like to do in my free time? Okay, so I wrote, I want to talk about animals on the farm right now. So I want to change the topic. Okay, so the robot asked like what animals I like the most on the farm. So I said me gusta las vacas porque ellas hacen leche. I like cows because they produce milk. Okay, so the robot asked like what other things that I like about the cow. So they eat grass on the farm and they're very nice to others. And then the model asked like what other animals that I like on the farm. Yeah, so I said me gusta los caballos porque la gente pueden montarlos a las montañas. Los zapalos son mujeres también. So I like horses because people can ride them to the mountains. The horses are strong too. Okay, the model asked like what I like to do in the mountains. So I wrote yo nunca monto un caballo en la ciudad. I never ride a horse in the city. And okay, so the model understood my answer, and then the model asked would I like to learn to ride a horse someday, and I said No me gustaría acariciar el pelo del caballo. I would like to touch the hair of the horse. Okay, so es una buena idea. Yeah, so it's a good idea. And then like what other animal do I like on the farm? So I reply, me gusta oveja y cerdo en la granja porque ellos son comida de la gente. I love sheep and pig on the farm because they are food. So as for them it's true. So ¿qué tipo de comida te gusta hacer con cerdo? So what type of food do I like to make with pig? So me gusta comer roast pig en char siu. Como se dice roast pig y char siu en español. So I told the model that I like to eat roast pig and char siu. Unfortunately, I don't know how to say roast pig and char siu in Spanish. Therefore, I asked the model like to teach me the Spanish words. The second argument is true. Therefore, the history of the chatbot is printed out. Yeah. So if I scroll down slowly, I can find my answers. Like I like cows. I like horses. I also like sheep and pig because I want to eat them. So now I want to ask the model if it knows what animals I like on the farm. So the model answers correctly. So I like the cows, the horses, the sheep, and the pigs. And then the model wants to ask if there is other like animal that I like on the farm. Um, I said no more animals and I have to stop because I have to work today. So para means stop in English. So the model knows that I want to stop the conversation, and the models provide some recommendations and resources for me to improve my Spanish. Uh, okay, the first one is to learn the conjugate of verb. The second recommendation is to listen Spanish frequently. Uh, listen to Spanish can help me uh, to get familiar with the grammar of the language. You can listen to music, podcasts, or television programs in Spanish. So the last recommendation is to talk to a native speaker. Yeah, to speak with the native, you can find conversation groups in my community. And then the last sentence is, I pray that you enjoy practicing Spanish. See you soon. So I said goodbye, see you later, and the model also said the same thing. So that wraps up the conversation. So in this code lab, I gained hands-on experience in using Gemini to build a chatbot to learn Spanish from a model. So the next step is to build a full-stack application for this Spanish teacher demo. I want to use Nest.js as my backend server, HTMX and Handlebar for my front-end client. Use Gemini AI to call the LLM to engage in Spanish conversation so that I can learn a foreign language at home without being in Latin America. So that's it. This is my demo that I want to share with you tonight. So if you like this demo, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.